was former Treasury Secretary Ted Evans who said that a nation can choose the level of unemployment which it is willing to bear. Extending this thought, we can also say that a nation chooses the living standards of its current and future generations. It is a choice made through actions taken and actions not taken, but worse, actions sidestepped. In Australia, it is time to confront our complacency and make those choices that will secure our nation's prosperity now and for future generations. The forces that are shaping our world, digital technology, significant demographic change, and globalisation, are not benign. Our degrees of freedom are rapidly running out, but we do still have time, just enough time, to imagine and fashion our future. We need to choose now between a path of purposeful action or a path of painful adjustment. The former requires a different, more nuanced approach to keeping our economy strong and growing the wealth of our nation. Had Australia been using the unprecedented terms of trade to invest in the future of the nation, when the GFC hit, we would have been prepared and in a position to channel stimulus dollars into innovation infrastructure that would now be enabling a third decade of growth. We cannot afford to be complacent about the need to take control of our destiny. If we don't take control, our future will unfold by default as a consequence of the actions being taken by other countries. What the BCA is suggesting is a radical rethink of how Australia understands its economy and plans for wealth creation. The BCA is acutely mindful of the role of business in responding to the forces shaping our competitiveness. Our member companies are living this reality every day. It is a very important role of government to set a vision for the country. This is fundamental if we're to take the community on the difficult journey of change. Balancing the budget is not a vision. It's a means to an end, a necessary step to enable other changes to be made. Governments need to explain how decisions and policies will improve people's living standards over time. We must provide our people with the skills needed to participate in the digital economy and to embrace entrepreneurship. Government has a key role in enabling business to grow and create wealth, but it can no longer be a one-size-fits-all approach. It must be part of a strategic agenda that facilitates, enables and incentivises key sectors where Australia can succeed globally. But let's be absolutely clear that the approach we describe is not about picking winners, nor is it about delaying economic transition by propping up uncompetitive industries. Effective policy is based on data and evidence rather than ideology and anecdote. From today, I will be asking 20 of Australia's leading companies to offer highly structured secondments for senior public servants with the aim of improving our mutual understanding of the forces impacting on business. We have to close the gap between what government thinks and what business knows. The forces that are shaping our world are very different from any that we have experienced before. They require different responses from government, from business, and indeed from us as individuals. Our time is running out and we need to act with a sense of urgency. If we don't, we're going to find ourselves slipping further behind, with the consequent loss of business capacity for growth and wealth creation, and an inevitable impact on living standards. Ultimately, our core comparative advantage is our people. We must equip them with the skills they need and ensure that they have the opportunity for meaningful jobs. The onus on our leaders is to understand the forces of change and Australia's enormous potential to succeed. Theirs is the responsibility of ensuring that the business model of our nation thrives in the global market rather than falling victim to it. Thank you.
We need to have a point of view of the future and then work out the right policy settings, and then as a nation have almost a bipartisan point of view to achieve those outcomes.
Well, Australia can maximise its comparative advantages in a number of ways. Firstly, we've got to understand the economy at a sector level. Those sectors that can succeed globally, those sectors that need to compete globally, those sectors that are in transition. And we need to make sure every policy and every program from government actually understands those sectors and helps us play to the things that we are good at and where we can win on a global scale.
We now have a strategic plan, and I think we've got a business council that will actually assist business in implementing that plan.